remember, you're not dipshit Derek. You're delightful Derek.
Stranger Things Season 5 has a lot of things to talk about, but among the newcomers, if there's one notorious kid who stole the show, it's definitely gonna be Derek Turnbow. The way the Duffer Brothers gave him a full-blown character development in just one season really deserves a lot of appreciation. And seeing this kiddo transform from the menacing, foul-mouthed dipshit Derek to, as Joyce dubbed him, delightful Derek, is seriously the most unhinged thing to happen in Season 5. The first thing that comes to your mind when you see Derek disturbing Holly at the school playground is that he is the typical school bully who behaves like an annoying prick to everyone. And then we discover another quality of him. That is his sheer ability to cuss, "Suck my fat one."
Guy, he sent the monsters after you.
Suck my fat one!
Jesus, what?
To anyone and everyone. Like, nobody is safe from this kid. Not his own mother, not Robin, and yes, not even Vecna himself. This curse officially belongs to Derek from now on. At first, he seriously appears to be a nightmare disguised as a kid because of the way he fools Joyce, tackles Will, and dodges Robin and Erica. Well, now if you think about it, his reaction is pretty valid because he thinks some random strangers have kidnapped him. Of course, cursing Robin was out of line, but we know by now that the mere part of Derek's charm is all about cursing and crossing the line. Of course, it isn't until the Demogorgon appears and he gets a reality check that he finally believes them. Now that I am thinking about it, who knew Joyce's TED Talk would actually motivate dipshit Derek to become delightful Derek? The boy who was supposed to be a headache became a core member of the group to help protect the other kids. This kid is truly a pocket full of surprises because what do you mean he wants to save the kids he bullies in school? But then it becomes clear how Derek has a lot of goodness rolled up in his sleeves as he fearlessly enters the military zone with a mission, and successfully pulls it off by getting all the kids who knew Mr. Whatsit, thus ultimately finding out who was being targeted by Vecna. The way he executes the game plan single-handedly without raising an ounce of suspicion is sick. He earns all of our respect here. Like, yes, go Derek, you're the real G. I guess we all can agree on one thing. That is, Derek has the best comebacks in every situation. Even the military can't escape his sassiness. Because no other person dares to say on a military officer's face that he and his men cannot protect shit.
And no disrespect meant, but you and your men can't protect shit!
He dropped these facts without a second thought, which even the adults fail to do. That's the dipshit Derek energy we are talking about. But by now, we are already in love with dipshit Derek and his curses. Even when he is in the other dimension, living in Henry's mindscape, he does not forget to carry his sass along with him. It does not take Derek a lot of time to make Mr. Whatsit realize what a blunder he has made by bringing him into the other side.
Who gave you this map?
Mom! Because this little boy drove even Vecna nuts. While Mr. Whatsit was manipulating every kid, Derek knew he was feeding a whole pile of crap to them. I seriously think he is not appreciated enough for his wits, because with one look at Holly, he guessed she also knew the true identity of Mr. Whatsit, and that is why he quietly followed her into the woods without her knowledge. And it's so funny how he saves his name in front of Max when Holly calls him dipshit.
What are you doing here, dipshit?
I'm not dipshit Derek anymore. I'm delightful Derek.
He not only explains that his dipshit Derek era is over, but also makes sure they knew how he has unlocked a new version of him as delightful Derek. Also, the way he called Mike and the others his besties, including Joyce, made me crack. Like, the boy was really showing off his new comrades. Anyways, to go against Mr. Whatsit, he channels his dipshit energy yet again. He drops his iconic line, "He can suck my fat one," and marches into the Forbidden Woods only to provoke Mr. Whatsit. When the other kids try to stop him from going into the woods, he actually calls Mr. Whatsit as Mr. Rogers. That really had me wheezing. Even though the poor boy risks his life to help Molly and Max escape, he unfortunately gets caught. However, it's not right to call him a poor boy. It doesn't suit him. Because when he is facing a monster like Vecna, his first response to him was, "Your mom?" Should I laugh or should I be concerned for him? But what happens next is truly sad, as Vecna shows him his worst fears. The little boy was so brave, but the moment he saw the dead bodies of his family, his fighting spirit simply died. But don't worry, it's Derek. The spirits will lift soon. Even if he did send me into panic mode for a moment, you know you are cooked when you freak out thinking that the kid you almost chose to hate might not make it. After 11, Kali, and Max helped all the kids escape, I screamed through the screen when Derek couldn't keep up with his friends. He was probably so scared, but he still insisted that his friends save themselves. Luckily, no one was having that, as Holly made sure he was not left behind. And I said his spirits will come back soon because at the very last moment, when he saved Holly from getting dragged by Vecna from the cave, he literally flipped him off with another "suck my fat one."
Suck my fat one!
I think this is a mic drop moment which truly has its own fan base. Derek is the perfect combination of dipshit behavior and delightfulness. He can pull off both sides, and you cannot choose one without loving another. The only change is that he is delightful to most people, and a dipshit to the ones who deserve it. And it's just perfect. After they finally defeated Vecna and the Mind Flayer, I got so emotional seeing him hug Steve when he realized it was all over and he was finally going back home. Also, Steve wiping his glasses for him was just so cute. And how can we forget his interaction with Mike? How he smiled and waved at him like he really was his best friend. I see a second pair of Henderson and Harrington in the making. But if not Mike, at least Holly and the others became best friends with him. The boy we first saw as a school bully, who played video games all by himself at home, was no longer alone. All his mates loved him and treated him like the delightful kid he truly was. He had a great group of friends now, just like Mike had growing up, and they played Dungeons & Dragons like them, but only in a safe, peaceful Hawkins with no more scary monster stuff happening around. It really feels so good to see him get his childhood back after all the trauma he went through. But if any good came out of the situation, it was Derek getting his light back. He was just a child in the wrong lane. But as we see, he always had a delightful side to him. I guess he just needed a push to put it on the front. And thanks to Joyce and the gang for rooting for him, Derek ended up getting the confidence to switch and change himself from dipshit Derek to delightful Derek. If you made it till here, it's clear how much you love Derek Turnbow. What was your first thoughts about Derek? Let us know in the comment box below.